people, it's done. It's gone. It's got a nice little hole in it. So I don't know if, well, you can't see it anyway because of light blowout. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit. There we go. It has got what looks like a rivet. It doesn't actually look like an Allen by no means. Go figure. And that is pretty solid, especially for a rivet. So, but it doesn't look actually like a rivet just because of simple fact. I guess it is. Maybe if I zoom in a little more. Definitely a rivet. Sorry about the shakiness. Because I'm zoomed in so far and trying to hold it by hand. So, maybe I'll just cut these off. Not that it really requires a whole lot of effort. And from the look of it, it looks like maybe I can just unscrew this and this. Again, you guys can't see what I'm talking about because of the light, but unscrew that and unscrew that because as you can see it's just kind of, say it's just pinched together. Maybe it's the same thing for that. So let me see if I can find a Phillips screwdriver. Alright, I found said screwdriver. Let me zoom back out here. I found said screwdriver and wow, that's super easy. And of course it stuck to the tip. Gotta love when it sticks to the tip. Not really. I really wish the light balance was different. The downside of using small tools and not having something to hold your video camera for you. And well, I guess that was just all one solid piece and that was just a stop. Maybe that's why it wasn't screwed so tight. Maybe if I take it off of wide angle, maybe you'll see a little bit better. The joys of working with one hand. Hey, you can see very closely now, except for I'm bumping the camera. There's one. And I guarantee if I undo this one, it will fall. And then I can just pull it all out. The other advantages of having a bus, you don't have to pull out. Because who likes to pull out? And in some cases, some of you may have kids for that same reason. I know that may be inappropriate, but let's be realistic. That's how that happens. And for the people who didn't know, guess what? You learned something today. Biology lesson. So, and that made it a lot more simpler. So, I will continue on with this and show you the finished product when I'm done. Okay, people, it's all gone. So, with that being said, me super sweaty and again looking at the screen instead of the little eye. But yeah, I'm super sweaty. But I'm gonna continue on with this and go from there. And by the way, this is not a 1980s headset. It's actually for people that talk on the radio. I figure I better cover that just so you all understand. And I should probably keep myself in shot. But with that being said, I'm going to time lapse the rest of this other stuff. It's really weird with me doing it the other way, but I'm gonna time lapse all this so that way you guys can see the process. And so there's some video instead of me just pausing it every time. But yeah, so let's go and time lapse and 1, 2, 3. Okay, back to video content. That right there, gone. Probably end up using some of that right there for something else somewhere else. But as I said, all that's gonna be kind of cool. I might be able to turn into some kind of piping or handles or something, because everybody likes the industrial look. So we're gonna go ahead and start, or maybe not. Probably end up using a wrench on that instead, because let's be honest, using a stubby screwdriver was not a smart idea when I had packed it. But then again, I was using this for BMX stuff. It wasn't my intent to have this with me. Oh, by the way, just in case you didn't know, be a smart guy, don't do this. Just seems common sense. And also, it's the exit door. So if you're wondering what this is, for people who have a city bus, there's actually a valve in here. Let me see if I can, there's a valve right there, T-handle. Basically that allows you to open up a valve to get out, to bypass these doors, and basically allows you to pull them in and out as need. But let me go ahead and get some more stuff here and disassemble some of the stuff and go from there. Alright, got tools to fit this. So we'll loosen them up real quick, and then I'll be able to hit them with a screw. Whatever. Rule number 1, people, make sure you hold on to your tools. Gotta love nice and rusted bolts. That came free. I didn't think it would. Alright. We got a few more. Okay, you get the general idea. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse again. Yeah. It's hard. It doesn't look like wood. Assuming it's some kind of plastic, but maybe be able to use this for something else. Because who doesn't like to save money on stuff? But I'll go ahead and pull this out. Oh, I guess I didn't have the right size, or it's 2 different sizes again. I'm guessing that's what the deal is. Hold. Okay, we're back. It was definitely the wrong size. Maybe I should do this with 2 hands. But what you can't see is because I didn't have it in there. But this is wiggling quite a bit, and I don't need to drop a mirror. Maybe I'm in better luck than I think I am. The joys of trying to do this one-handed, but perfectly good in here. Now I can see myself if I need to. So I guess try to figure out something else to get done. And I know I say so too much. We'll have to try to work around that. Well, these unbolt and this comes up, and I'm not sure why this one unbolts and comes up but this one doesn't. Yeah, and as you can tell, like BMX, mountain bike parts, whatever, definitely was not prepared to come ripping and yanking on stuff. Figured I'd just kind of get some stuff going and get some content to you guys so you can see what the plans are. So we're still kind of thinking that this is going to be the kids' bed area or bunk area. Not all of that, because that's a huge space. Maybe that's what I'll do. Since I have very limited time left, I'll go ahead and get some measurements for you guys. But, so let me zoom out there. But like this whole area back is going to be like a portion of the kids' room slash play area. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to go about doing that because the wheel wells kind of throw a bit of a thing of a wrench in it. But maybe put the bunks here over top of this itself, or maybe over that. Maybe not have them up as high. Again, when you figure out what that's going to be, I don't know why it's shadowing the weird way it is, but when you figure out what that is. But yeah, from here over there is all going to change. I can't change this because that's kind of where the engine and whatever, and then like that's an access panel to the rear end of the bus. But so this area right here, you only do so much with. I was gonna say maybe I should rip out the seats, but I don't think I have enough time left. Okay, after checking my watch, I definitely do not have enough time for that because the missus works today and I have to go watch the kids. And that's the reason why I'm here and they're not, but kind of gives you an idea. So yeah, this whole area is going to be done up separately. This might actually be part of the bathroom in here. Me and her haven't really sat down and really discussed it because, again, with kids, you'll figure it out, especially when they're little. Trying to get time to have together and to do things, yeah, no go. So, and having little kids running around while this is all out, especially a 1-year-old, it sucks. But, as I said, probably a bathroom over here, and then the kids' bedroom, and that way they have quick access to the bathroom. But let's get some measurements. That's what I told you I was going to do, so let's go do it. Okay, people, after further inspection of my truck, because I could have swore that I brought a tape measure, and you know, when you're in a rush to go do something, and you want to get it done and whatever, I even went back in to double check where I had it sitting at, that I had the tape measure. Unless it's in here, which I seriously don't think it is, but it might be. Let's just hope it is. Yes, I carry a lot of spare stuff with me. Well, people, we are SOL when it comes to being able to measure. So that one will have to be on a different time frame. I may add it in, maybe at a different, come down here a different day and time. Maybe I won't get this up in the time I want. Actually, second thought, I'm going to go ahead and put this up anyway. And then we'll just do the measurement later on. Because again, I need to probably clean all this up, shut all the windows, and get my butt out of here so I don't get yelled at any more than I'm going to. Because, let's be honest, sometimes you just got to do stuff that you don't want to do, and sometimes it upsets other people. We have to be realistic, and I upset the missus quite a bit because I'm late a decent amount of time. But we got to slow our lives down, people. We really do. We got to slow our lives down and enjoy it. And that was the whole point of the bus life. So, again, kind of get the idea of what's going on there. Probably going to have a kitchen in this area or this area. I mean, you got to get the gist. This is going to be the tricky area. This is probably where a lot of chopping board or something, or maybe even a sink right here. Since we don't really need the bottom on, we can kind of we'll figure it out. We'll get it done. But we have to figure out something to do with this area because it looks really narrow there, but it has to be wide enough for a wheelchair. So that's at least, if I remember right, it's 36 inches for a wheelchair. So it's got to be at least 36 inches there, because that's what them anchors are for. What's kind of cool though is you get some anchor straps free with your bus if you get a low boy or a low floor. But with that being said, I'm out of here and I'm gonna go to the house. Maybe there'll be some footage of that, who knows, but or I might give you some footage of the river, which is way down. Yeah, if you look right there, that's the river. It's kind of hard to see in the footage, but okay. The other thing I learned is there's a leak somewhere right in here, somewhere over there, and as you can still see, you zoom in a little more, there's water right there and there. It rained quite a bit in the last 2 days, but yeah, needless to say, it's a bit daunting at times to try to chase leaks. And I didn't see any back there, and it would be fresh. And there's some water there, and I tore this up a little bit. That looks like fun. It's got some water. Be nice if that was an old penny, but I don't think that's an old penny. But I'm going to close up shop and go from there. I don't know if this is going to capture it or not on film. Probably not, because elevation never seems to be recorded well on film. But this is a very, very steep hill. This is one you probably slide down when you're like just driving. If it rains and it's going to be any kind of slickness, yeah, you're going to slide. As you can tell by all the debris, we've had some severe rain. And it's just crazy the amount of stuff that's all over the roads. We had super strong winds with tornado warnings last night. The roads are already sketchy enough, as you can tell. And this is a different road than what I was originally on. This is what I did bring the bus down. But of course, it wants to zoom in on the raindrops. Some very cinematic effects. And I had to drive the bus all the way down this road, which was fun. I guess it was better than the other road would have been. And this road definitely allows for larger vehicles down it. It is more of a two-lane road. So, let's go back to a little more time lapse. We're pulling up to the compound. I wouldn't call it that. The temporarily living situation. But I'll back up and then you'll see me in a bit.
If you can do me a big favor, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comment below. That'd be great. But I've been struggling on the struggle bus because of YouTube not allowing me to put up a certain size file. So if you could, just be kind enough